intel if he was ultimately fired as a TA and he would.
If he was fired, that's weird. That's Brian Koberger's language. Y'all know that, right? That he literally speaks to him having been terminated and his behavior at WSU. He's trying to use it to prove that he has autism. It's in the death penalty documents to strike the death penalty. I think it's page 25. He literally says, if the stuff written by Mike Baker is true, well, it's because he has autism. Inhale. Exhale. London, I asked you the very week I broke the information to help me with it long before Brian admitted it in the documents. It is so disheartening to still hear you saying, yeah. 9/23, he had his first altercation. Because of that, he had to meet with faculty to discuss professionalism on 10/3. It's the same time frame that Pam and Jim Colbert found a de-skulled rabbit by their mailbox. On 10/21, he got an email from his professor that stated that he had failed thus far in the semester as a TA. That same exact day, the people who found the de-skulled rabbit let their dog out, and they found it skinned, the pelt taken. They thought they were going to eat it because it was filleted. Maybe Brian really needed that sharpener. On 11/2, they brought Brian in with 3 faculty members, and they placed him on a last chance improvement plan. If he did not keep the terms of this improvement plan, he wouldn't just lose his apartment in London. He would lose his monthly stipend, his out-of-state tuition waiver, his apartment, his insurance, his health insurance. There's a reason we ask for help. The information can only go as far as those with the most viral voices decide to let it. It's not if, unless you're Team Koberger. It's what happened. He got put on the performance plan on 11/2. 11 days later, the kids were killed. He didn't go to school that Monday. Never called in sick before, but he did that Monday. WSU had school. 12/7, the day the BOLO came out, Brian was in a meeting with the faculty to discuss his performance plan. They said he was progressing, not perfect. Now the BOLO comes out. The very last day of school, on 12/9, he has his second altercation. They request to meet with him on 12/11, but he's already skedaddled out of town with his dad. On 12/19, his termination paperwork says that we met to discuss your termination for the spring semester. The letter starts with 9G2 12E3 something something something. It's the appeals process, and had he not been arrested for mass murder, he probably, I'm sure, would have appealed it and expected to win. When you don't work as a team, you end up with parts that aren't shared. You end up with things that fall by the wayside, important things. Like we've been talking about the sheath being left intentionally for 2 years. It's an important conversation. While he was terminated on the 19th, it was made effective on the last day of November. He was arrested and given a lifetime ban. There's a lot that's left out of that. Like 9-1 noise complaint, 9-2 noise complaint, 9-3 university golf course bathroom covered in blood. In September, October, there's somebody saying that their ex from PA is coming to get them, won't leave them alone. There's tons of things that we could have already talked about and gotten to the bottom of. Like, is Luke Morgan Tyler, who OD'd in January of 2023, well, is he the Luke on the grub truck? I'm pretty sure he is. He went for a break around Friendship Park. I wonder if he ran into Brian. Did he see something? I mean, I'm sure he's not like in protective custody and turning evidence because his parents claim he was hazed to death. Not much has changed at WSU or U of I. Brian says if it's true. Let's all speak fact versus Brian Koberger language, especially since we've known this since February 2023.